Hey everyone, it's Kino here. Thank you so much for joining me on all 4 classes of our summer yoga course. Congratulations for beginning the journey of yoga in earnest. Today's practice is a journey into the hips. Now as we move into our hips, we can move into hip flexion, extension, and find out how to get strength, flexibility, and a deeper awareness and really a deeper peace with who we are. The hips are emotional centers. So one of the things that you'll find is as you get stronger and more flexible, a whole new freedom and happiness opens up in your body, also in your life. Bring your hands together and we'll begin with the sound Om, creating the spiritual journey of the practice and reverence of a sense of the sacred within. Take a moment, keeping the eyes closed, with the hands resting down. Tune into your breath. So cultivate a calm and equanimous mind. We'll count the breaths backwards from 10. 10 in, 10 out, 9 in, 9 out, 8 in, 8 out, 7 in, 7 out, 6 in, 6 out. Feel your hips making contact with the ground. 5 in, 5 out. Feel the inner body awakening with the light of awareness. 4 in. The mind calm and equanimous. 4 out. 3 in. 3 out. 2 in. 2 out. Last one, finding a still point deep within your inner being. 1 in, 1 out. Softly allowing the eyes to open. Move over onto your hands and knees. We'll start off in child's pose, bringing your knees towards each other. Drop back through your hip joints, bringing your knees towards each other, resting your head down. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift your chest, stepping your right leg back, left leg forward, come down into an open lunge. We'll just hold it here for a moment. 1, 2, keep the belly drawn in, feel your right hip opening and the left hip moving deeper into the socket, and reach down, holding on to the left knee, twisting the hips over, looking back behind you. If possible, raising the left arm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep a sense of inner serenity. And 5. Hold on to the left knee, orient your chest forward, and let's bring your knees back together for a moment. Hands and knees planked to stabilize. And then inhale, step the right foot forward, sliding that left knee back. Just hang out here for a moment. Focus on the left hip opening and the right hip moving deeper into flexion. And then slowly twist it over, pointing the left toes. Hold it here for a moment, looking back behind you. If possible, raise that right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, and come on back to the center. Bring your hands down. Come to the hands and knees plank for a moment. Curl the toes under and inhale, push back to downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, make careful emphasis on sucking the belly in. 1, 2, bend your knees a little to feel the hips, and then send the hips back and up. 3, 4, let's do that one more time. Bend the knees a little to feel the hip joints, send the hips back and up. 4, and 5. Switch your gaze forward. Inhale, step your left foot forward, planting the right knee down, point the toes. Come up, lifting your torso up. Come all the way up. Place your hands right on your left knee. Gaze straight ahead. 1. If you feel confident, inhale, take your hands in prayer. 2, 3, soft gaze forward. Keep your attention rooted deep into the inner body. 3, 4, draw the belly in, and inhale, hands above your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hands return to prayer. Hands all the way down. Gently step back onto your hands and knees. Inhale, come up to the plank pose and press back to downward facing dog. Just for a moment here, we're going to switch the sides. Now step forward with your right foot, planting that left knee down. Slowly pointing the left toes, come up on to the right knee, soft gaze ahead. Focus on that left hip opening and the right hip joint deepening. Hands in prayer, soft gaze forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and inhale, reach the hands above your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, hands back to prayer. Hands all the way down, curl the left toes under, and step back to the plank pose. From plank pose, right back to downward facing. Nice and steady here in downward facing. We're gonna do that lunge position one more time, giving it a little bit more intensity. Inhale, step the left foot forward, settling your right knee down. Sure is a pretty afternoon today. Inhale, come on all the way back up. Hands to the knee. Bring your hands to the left knee for a moment. Curl the right toes under. And now take your hands right to your waist. So this will strengthen as well as open that right hip. Inhale, lift the hip off the ground. Exhale down. Inhale, lift your knee, lifting the hips back and up. Exhale down. Inhale to get up. Exhale down. Inhale to get up. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale to get up. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale to get up. Hold it up. Bring your hands to prayer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it down. Hands down to the ground. Step all the way back to the plank pose, and let's add in Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, come forward to upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Immediately, let's step forward with the right foot, planting that left knee down. Keep your toes curled under if you can. Now, slowly take the hands back to your hips, and then inhale, back and up. Exhale down. Inhale, knees back, hips up. Exhale down. Inhale to get up. Exhale down. Inhale to get up. Exhale down. 3 more. Inhale to get up. Exhale down. Inhale to get up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale to get up. Strong legs. Hands in prayer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost there. Exhale down. Hands forward. Slowly step back to the plank pose. Hold plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, come forward to upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Come forward to your knees. Pausing on your knees for a moment. Settle back onto your knees. Hold it here. Bringing your feet and your knees together for a moment. Drawing your chest forward. We'll stay for 5. 1, hands in prayer. 2, 3, if it's comfortable for you, open your feet and settle your hips between your feet, but no stress. 3, draw the belly in, working on that internal rotation of the hip joints. 4, and 5, come all the way up, opening your knees if you had them together. And now, drawing your thighs in towards each other, draw the low belly in, lifting the ribs away from the hips for the posture called Ustrasana, or the camel pose. Let's start off in the easiest version. Curl your toes underneath you, send your hips forward, reach back, cupping your fingers so your fingertips reach right onto your heel. Keep your gaze forward. If this is challenging, you've reached your limit, remember to stay here. But if possible, layer your hands back as you point your feet, reaching your chest up and away from the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Send the hips forward. Use your fingers to come up a little, all the way up, taking your hands right into your hips. Settle the hips down, knees together, child's pose. Hold it here for a moment, just a nice few breaths. Draw back into the center. Slowly come all the way back up, pressing back to downward facing dog. Keep the belly spiraling in, stretch through the legs, engaging your quadriceps, and then nice and easy, inhale, step the right foot forward, turning the left out. Feel that external rotation of your right hip joint. Come onto your fingertips, grabbing your right big toe, and then inhale, lifting the left arm, gazing at your left fingers. Now, if you can't hold on to your big toe, you can either prop your fingertips on the ground or grab a block and use a block for support. We'll stay here for 5. 1. Feel the external rotation of your right hip. 2, 3, 4, and drop your shoulder down. Using your hands for a little support, guide that leg a little bit longer. Send the right knee over the ankle. Come up onto your forearm and extend the left arm, gazing at your left fingers. 2, 3, 4. If this is comfortable for you, you can reach your fingertips to the ground, eventually flattening the palm, but no stress. 4 and 5. Take that left hand down, spin the left foot forward, come back to Chaturanga Dandasana as you lower down. Inhale, come forward to upward facing, and exhale, down. Turn the right foot out as you step the left foot forward. Coming up onto your fingertips. Wrap your fingers around your left toe and inhale as you extend your right arm. Strong legs. 1, 2, 3. Remember, if you can't hold your toe, you can cup your fingertips or grab a block and use that for a little support. 3, 4, and 5. Switch your gaze down. Use your fingertips to help guide your foot forward. Send that left knee over the ankle. Come up on to your left forearm and inhale. Bring the right arm up, dropping the shoulder down. 2, strong, firm thighs. 3, 4, dangle your left fingers down. And if possible, eventually you're going to flatten the hand. 3, 4, no stress. Don't rush the journey of yoga. 4 and 5. Take your hand down, curl the right toes forward, step the left back, exhale, down to Chaturanga. Inhale, come forward to upward facing, exhale, downward facing. Inhale, step your right foot forward, turning the left foot out. Also turn the right foot out, and we're gonna come into the wide leg forward bend. Inhale, lift your chest up and forward, and exhale, gently bend your elbows, reaching the top of the head to the ground. Slowly, as you lean more forward, your head will reach towards the ground and eventually all the way down. We'll stay here for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, send your chest forward, walking your hands forward, walking the feet in. Come down into a squatted position. Hands in prayer, 5 breaths. So now we're working on the hip flexion, deepening your chest down around the thighs. 1, 2, belly sucks deeper and deeper in. 3, squeeze the knees onto the shoulders. 4 and 5. Take your hands back behind you, settle your hips down, and orient yourself forward, stretching the legs out. Continuing on the journey of hip flexion, bend the right knee into your chest for Marichasana A. Pull the chest in, left hand by your side. Inhale, reach that right arm forward and around, reaching for your fingertips. You can grab a strap if you're not able to reach, eventually holding the hands. Inhale, belly sucks in, exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, exhale, release. Let's switch the sides. Right leg forward, left leg pulls into your chest, forward and around with the left arm, hands hold, or you can reach your fingertips or hold on to a strap. Inhale, belly sucks in, and exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, gently release. Curl your feet underneath you. Step forward to the plank pose and exhale down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, come forward to upward facing. exhale, downward facing. From downward facing dog, inhale, slide your right knee forward, pointing your left toes into the pigeon pose. If possible, you're going to align your shin forward, squaring your hips. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3. If your hips are highly elevated, you can grab a bolster. Reach forward, elbows down. 3, 4, and 5. Walk your hands back, curl the left toes under, slide it back to the plank pose, slide it right forward with the left knee, settling the hips, and if possible, guide that shin forward so that your hip can fully open. We'll hold it up for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and walk your hands a little bit forward, coming onto the elbows. 1. Calm the mind. 2. Now don't push yourself. If you feel you're at your limit, this is totally good. 4 and 5. Walking the hands back, curl your toes under, step back to that plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga this time. Inhale, come forward to upward facing, and exhale, downward facing. Pressing through your feet, strong, firm quadriceps, calm, easy mind. Switch the gaze forward, step the feet, cross them underneath you. Bring your feet together for Baddha Konasana. Hold the thumbs onto the base of the big toes, heels close into the body. Inhale, lift the center of the chest, and we'll hold this for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and easy. Come a little forward. Use your elbows for a little bit of a prop. Resting your head right on your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, and come on back up. Now bring your knees together, and we're gonna glide all the way down. So slowly and calmly glide yourself down. Now from here, bend the knees into your chest for a moment. Bring the legs up, and we're gonna hold this for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly opening the legs, releasing the 1. If you need a little support, you can hold under your knees. 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold this open position for 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Making peace with the inner body, cultivating that calm and equanimous mind. And 10. Slowly, calmly, bringing the legs back together. Bend your knees. And slowly stretch the legs out. Rock yourself forward, pivoting the hips, dropping the head back for Matsyasana, the fish pose. And we'll stay here for 10 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend your knees. Slowly pivot through the hips. Lift your legs. 1. If you can, lift the arms. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees. Slowly come all the way down. Close your eyes and rest completely for a moment. Tune into the inner body and feel your hips. Feel their freedom, their natural range of motion. Let yourself be completely at peace with your body. Accept your body. Cherish your body. Practice an attitude of patience and kindness towards yourself. And with a few moments, planting the seeds of peace deep in the garden of your heart. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Bend the knees and the elbows. Draw the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Rolling over onto your side. Come on back up to a comfortable seated position. Congratulations for making it through all 4 classes on this summer yoga course. You're on your way to establishing the continuity of a true spiritual practice. Remember to never judge your body, but instead to let the attitude of patience and tolerance, kindness and humility cultivate the seeds of peace deep in the center of your heart. The journey of yoga is like the journey of faith. It allows you to believe in yourself, to be strong enough to take that belief, that small seed of faith, and transform it into a life-changing, miraculous event that makes the difference in every breath of your life. Bring your hands gently together. We'll end our class today with the sound Om. Thank you so much for joining me on the inner tradition of yoga. I hope you keep the seeds of faith and peace deep in your heart and the inspiration to practice yoga alive in every breath. Namaste.